What's up YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. And for today's WWE news video, this is going to get very interesting because I'm going to be talking about the latest on a major Raw superstar potentially going to SmackDown? Wonder who it could be. We don't know. A new member joining the Bloodline stable. I wonder what that's about. What is that about? A third-generation superstar received a producer's tryout, and this first one I'm going to talk about, which actually ties perfectly with the whole Bloodline topic. The rumors of why Sasha Banks and Naomi walked out of Monday Night Raw this past Monday. Ooh, excuse me. So, if you guys remember, this past Monday on Raw, it was supposed to have been a six-pack challenge between the Women's Tag Team Champions Naomi and Sasha Banks, Asuka, Becky Lynch, Doudrop, and Nikki ASH, where the winner would face Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's title at Hell in a Cell in Chicago. However, that was not the case, as well. We found out that Naomi and Sasha ended up walking into the head of talent relations office, John Laurinaitis, walked into his office, dropped the titles, and walked out. Now there's been updates as to why. So according to Dave Meltzer on his recent episode of the Wrestling Observer Radio, big shout out, no copyrights. You guys know how this works with the algorithm, obviously. Speaking of algorithms, if you guys do want to see more WWE news videos in the future, which typically get posted every Thursday, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out. And as always, follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. The links will be in the description, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. With that being said, Meltzer noted that Naomi's contract was set to expire at some point this year, and he said, quote, "The deal is, and this was brought up to me as well, is that her, which was Naomi's, contract, I guess, it's expiring soon, but she's been in negotiations for a new deal. It's possible that they might go with the idea that she's not leaving no matter what. Her family's here, and so they don't feel the leverage they might have felt with Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn or someone. If we lowball them, they're gonna leave. So we have to give them a pretty big offer. In her case, maybe they wouldn't." Sorry guys, more trucks coming in. We live across the street from a school. Anyway, where am I? Okay. In her case, maybe they wouldn't do it, but most people that are getting new deals are getting substantial raises, major raises right now, because there's a wrestling war going on. The salary structure of WWE talent has increased greatly because of this, and this is a great time for her to make more money. Maybe not a lot more money, but certainly more money. This probably won't help her cause in the negotiation. And here's the thing, though. There's been a lot of fans, myself included, that have been concerned that they could be released for walking out, which is a possibility. Excuse me, but it seems as of now they're safe. But of course, the same cannot be said for those who got released throughout this whole year, including including, Hachiman, Malcolm Bivens, just to name a couple anyway. But this actually ties into who could join the Bloodline, and apparently it's supposed to be Naomi. Jey Uso had teased that Naomi could be joining the Bloodline at some point. Jey Uso was on Corey Graves' podcast after the bell. Big shout out, no copyrights, of course. He said that she's very likely to link up with the Usos. Obviously, her husband Jimmy Uso, Roman Reigns, and Paul Heyman eventually, and it's hard. It's hard to describe it, but obviously we know that her and Sasha Banks are the current women's tag team champions, and I guess they're gonna. I guess they're gonna try. I guess. I mean, the way I see it, Jey Uso also noted on the podcast that Naomi would need to turn heel if she decided to hook up with her family on screen, which is a possibility because it's happened before. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, back in like 2014, 2015, Naomi had linked up with the Usos over the fact that Natalya had linked up with her husband Tyson Kidd, or I guess TJ Wilson. I think this is his actual name, and of course Cesaro, who was also one of the unfortunate few to get released from WWE this year, which I just don't get it. I honestly just don't get it at all. And yes, that was a 2-liter Mountain Dew. In case if you guys were wondering. But yeah, the question is, could Naomi join the Bloodline? It's a high possibility. It is a very high possibility. But this would also mean, as Jey Uso pointed out, it would mean that she would have to turn her back on her best friend, which I don't know. I really don't see it happening anytime soon. I mean, the last time she turned heel, it really didn't work out so well because, for one, she did not win any championships. Even her first run as a babyface, she didn't win any championships. Yes, she did get opportunities at titles, but didn't win them at all. So it's possible, but it all comes down to whether or not, as a heel, she has what it takes to pull the trigger and actually regain the SmackDown Women's title, or perhaps even also take the SmackDown Women's title and then go after the Raw Women's title, just like Roman Reigns went after the Universal title and then the WWE title. Just like the Usos right now are going after this, have won the SmackDown tag titles, now going after the Raw tag titles tomorrow night on SmackDown. So it's a possibility, but as far as her contract goes, honestly, I would love to see her re-sign with WWE. Sign a new deal and then potentially keep the tag titles for a little bit longer. But as far as like dropping the titles go, I would say if I were to book Naomi joining the Bloodline, I would say have them hold on to the titles until like SummerSlam maybe, and then have all of the members of the Bloodline standing standing on stage, and Naomi turns her back on Sasha. That's just how I see it. But honestly, we don't really know yet. We don't know if she'll join the Bloodline, but we will see. Anyway, who decided to get the producer's tryout? Well, it was none other than Curtis Axel. Actually, there were two superstars that received a tryout as a producer. The first one was Ariya Davari, even though he competed on AEW, I believe. I don't know what show he was on, but he was given a producer's tryout in which he actually was assigned the recent episode of Main Event where he oversaw a match between Apollo Crews and Akira Tozawa, which was pretty cool. So obviously he'll be working full time as a producer. From what I've been reading in this article, I guess he'll be working with WWE again full time as a producer on Main Event. But as far as Curtis Axel goes, apparently he'll be working SmackDown. Excuse me, with some of the veteran producers for a little while. Excuse me. And if you guys did not know, he was one of the guys that got released from WWE back right around the end of April of 2020 during the pandemic, which I don't even know how to describe it. But Davari, as far as Ariya Davari goes, he remained within WWE until June 25th of 2021, and right around that time, that was when he competed for New Japan Pro Wrestling, the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance, and of course several shows for AEW as part of for dark matches or whatever. But honestly, I'm glad that both of them are back in WWE as producers. I can't wait to see what they'll be able to do in WWE as producers. Maybe Axel can get Naomi to join the Bloodline. Who knows? But congrats to them. I can't wait. Maybe they might come back to the ring someday. Who knows? But that brings me now to this one question: who is making the jump from Raw to SmackDown? It is none other than the almighty Bobby Lashley. Yes, apparently Bobby Lashley worked a dark match last week on SmackDown against Happy Corbin, and PW Insider had broke the news on the special appearance. Big shouts to them. No copyrights. You guys know how it works with the algorithm. But the question is, did it actually hint him jump shipping over to SmackDown? It's a possibility. It's a possibility because the last time he was on SmackDown, it was right around his first tenure in WWE, where he first became United States Champion. He ended up dropping the title several months later, and then ended up going to ECW for the latter part of 6. I think it was 8 months. For the latter part of 8 months, And then the last couple months of his first tenure in WWE was when he jumped ship to Raw, and that was when Vince McMahon decided to take the ECW title off of Lashley, and they hosted a tournament to crown a new ECW champion, which we all know how that ended. It was originally supposed to have been, CM Punk versus Chris Benoit, but because of what happened to Benoit, which we all know, Johnny Nitro, or I guess John Morrison, or I guess now Johnny Elite, I think is his name on AEW. I found out that he is now signed to AEW, which you guys can blame The Miz for that one. You can roast Miz in the comments. Anyway, Morrison ended up taking his place, and CM Punk ended up losing that one. But as far as Lashley goes, he's done pretty much everything that there's to do on Raw. He won. When the Intercontinental title was on Raw, he won that title twice. He had won his second United States title. He won 2 WWE titles. There's nothing left for him to do on Raw except deal with Omos. Finish up that rivalry, jump ship over to SmackDown, and possibly target Roman Reigns, which is a possibility, but we will see. But honestly, I think Lashley going to SmackDown will probably be the best thing for him, because with him as a babyface now, this actually works out for him, because he could potentially, as a babyface, win his third Intercontinental title, or he could regain the WWE title by becoming by winning the undisputed Universal title, which is a possibility. Or if he wanted to, he could start a tag team and go after the tag team titles, which is a high possibility, but only time will tell. We don't really know exactly, but this brings me to the question of the day. If Bobby Lashley does go to SmackDown, who should his first opponent be? Let me know down in the comments below. And that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to see more WWE news videos, which typically get posted every Thursday, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. And as always, make sure you guys are following me on Twitter and on Instagram. All the links will be in the description below. And if you guys have any fan mail you guys want to send me, and you guys want me to open up the fan mail on the channel, all the info will be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.